The oldest church in England has been vandalized. What's going on, y'all? The Daily Pleb here. Make sure to like and sub, and let's get into the video. So, I saw this by Drew Pavlo. The Church of England decided this week to cover the interior of the oldest cathedral in England in graffiti in order to represent the voices of marginalized communities. Now, I'm Hispanic, and I live in the Deep South. There is a church that was built in the 1700s. It is very beautiful. Never in my mind have I thought to walk on in there and spray paint something to make sure my voice is heard. This is peak stupidity. The very Rev. David Monteith, Dean of Canterbury, said, "There is a rawness which is magnified by the graffiti style, which is disruptive, it is unfiltered, and not sanitized." But why would you want something disruptive in your church in the begin with? Churches were built to praise God, right? If you're Christian. That's their whole point that they're built for. Don't know why you'd want to be disruptive. Also, rawness and unsanitized. They're stickers. like I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna he doesn't say it here, but these are stickers. Right? These aren't real paintings done by like a real street artist or whatever. They're stickers. So not only is it, at least in my opinion, sacrilege. Not only is it that, but it's also holds no artistic liberty because it's a sticker. Like, you could not have gotten more corporate slop than that. Like, how do you do, fellow kids? It's ridiculous. But let's get back into it. This exhibition intentionally builds bridges between cultures, styles, and genres, and allows us to receive the gifts of younger people who have much to say. The only culture that should be within a church is the culture that is there to worship the deity in question, right? If it's a mosque, Allah. If it's a Christian church, God, right? If it's, Shinto or Buddhism, it should be whatever Shinto and Buddhists do. It should never be another culture at all. Like, this is the problem. This thing of building bridges. You don't build bridges, all right? Why would I go into a church if I don't believe what's being said, or I'm not trying to find what is being said? I don't understand what's this obsession with people wanting to go into places where they don't belong, in the sense of they don't believe it, they don't care about it, and then try to change it to their vision. It's ridiculous. If I were to walk into a mosque, I wouldn't be like, "Hey guys, we should all read the Holy Bible." It's dumb. Like, this building bridges thing is becoming the downfall of modern society, at least in my opinion. It's actually stunning how much the elite of Britain hate their own culture and civilization. You couldn't invent this as satire. They are literally scrawling graffiti on the walls of ancient cathedrals. Everything beautiful is just torn down and destroyed. As I said before, it is stickers. They're not actually painting on it, which, at least in my opinion, I think it's actually worse that it's stickers. Sorry, I'm a little sick. I actually do think it's worse as a stickers, because at least if it was done by a real person, artistic liberty, I'd still hate it and I'd still think it's sacrilege and all that, but at least I could see some reasoning in it. Elon Musk, shameful. Civilizational death wish. He responds to that, which is, I think it's ridiculous that the Western world is trying to change their civilization for, current trend. Relentless anti-Western propaganda has made so many people in the West want to end their own culture. Unfortunately, propaganda works. We got this one. As an atheist, artist, and fan of graffiti-style street art, I find this horrifying, offensive, disrespectful, and not even any bloody good. I don't believe in God, but I do believe in the sanctity of sacred spaces. This has been disfigured, defiled, and violated. For effing shame. And yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and read this one. I haven't seen a single person yet mention that this isn't real graffiti. These are carefully pasted vinyl stickers that will be taken off in a couple of months when the exhibition ends, they obviously didn't permanently deface a sacred building. Once again, I don't care. I mean, I pointed that out earlier, but I actually think it's worse. I genuinely believe it's worse that they didn't have a real person do it, because it feels even more corporate in a way. I don't think corporate's the right word, but it feels very cringe. Just very, how do you do, fellow kids? Sad to see, honestly. But yeah, that's enough stupidity from me for now. Make sure you check out my other videos. Make sure to sub. Drop a comment on what you think of what's going on. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye bye now.